put up with the insults of my Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is what I'm going to be using in my coffee. And by the way, Muhammad wins my vote. What about yours? Share now so others can see how to vote. How I vote for Muhammad. Everybody knows how much I love coffee, right? And I like to use the purest of the water on the planet to make my coffee with. Yeah. Then I was looking real close on this and I said, France? From the French Alps? Okay, well, I know what to do with this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get rid of it. Okay, nope. I don't care how much it costs. Me, I cannot put up with the insults of my Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is what I'm going to be using in my coffee. And by the way, Muhammad wins my vote. What about yours? Share now so others can see how to vote. Here we go. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And we're coming to you almost live all the way from our studios here in Southern California. MashaAllah ta'ala. Hey, and it was a beautiful day today. Blue skies. Yeah, I love that. And fluffy white clouds. A little bit here and there. MashaAllah. Hey, you know what? We were talking about something and after we went off the air last night, and I wanted to kind of pick up where we left off with that. Even though you guys weren't in on it, I would like to show you something that we had on our Facebook page and then what we have on our Islam Newsroom page. So to do that, let's see if we can pull that up right now. And I think we did it. Yep, here it is. This is something for you to take a look at. If we can make it work here. This is a page on the internet, social media, called Facebook. Take a look at this. All right. Now, what you're seeing here is saying boys and girls, that's their names. And you see some other stuff that we have on there. The idea behind all of this was to make it so that Muslims would know the difference between what's called Arabic names and, wait for it, Islamic names. Because in reality, there's no such thing as an Islamic name for human beings. There really isn't. So I would like to encourage all of us to pay attention to this just for a few seconds, because I want to talk about names a little bit and take a look at this again. Now, if you have a boy and you would like to name that boy, you could click right here on this and it will take you to that page that we have for the boys' names. Then read this and it's going to explain why there's no such thing in reality as an Islamic name. There are Arab names, lots of Arab names. There's no doubt about that. But it's not an Islamic name. All right? I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see it a little bit better, maybe, inshallah. Well, maybe I'm not going to do that either. There it is. That's making it grow up. There we go. Now it's going to be a little bit easier for you to see it and understand what it's saying to you. This is very important information about names. And it says here, right here at the very beginning of it, there is no such thing as official Muslim names. Although it's understandable if somebody wants to think of like Abdullah, slave of Allah, Amatullah, the female version of slave of Allah, Abdurrahman, which is slave of the merciful God, Nur-e-Din, light of the religion, as well as many other Muslim names that Muslims have used throughout the years. And when we say Muslim names, that's what we're talking about is names of Muslims. All right. We have somebody calling in already. Let's take a call. Salam alaikum.
You have a caller.
Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah. Who do we have with us tonight?
Amina from Seattle, Washington.
Amina from Seattle, Washington. MashaAllah. We love having you on our show tonight, sister. Would you like to ask a question or just give salams?
No, I have a question. I don't know what's the topic. I listen every night. You show me and my two kids. So I got frustrated today and some of my friends, she sent me email and she's telling me, please do not use for Muslim bro. I'll delete it because and some like non-Muslim made the app, and I usually use this app, and it is telling me what time to salat prayer, and sometimes when I'm traveling, and it showed me the Qibla, how to pray in the north or south, it showed me. So I was using this like almost all my life, and today I got frustrated. I was scared and I was thinking, and I don't know what to do. And
Okay, all right. Let's go back.
Some answer.
Sister, let's go back to something very basic. Somebody told you not to use the Muslim Pro app. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Now, when somebody comes to me and tells me, don't do this, don't do that, or you have to do this, you have to do that, I like to give them the space to go ahead and finish what they want to say. But then at the end, if I don't know the subject, I'll ask them, well, how can I identify what you're saying? What is the evidence? What is the proof? In Arabic, they say, ana dalil. Where is your direction back to this thing? I want to know where you got that from. Where did you get this understanding? Because in the case of apps, unless it's known that this is something that is a bad thing, then I don't understand why somebody would say that. Now, you're saying Muslim Pro, is that right?
Yes, it's a Muslim Pro.
Yes. I know what it is because somebody here in my own house uses that. And I think that's the one they use. And I also have used their online thing. I'm going to just check it out though and try to remember because, whenever I type in prayer times on Google, it is one of the first ones that pop up. Let's see what happens. Muslim Pro is number 1 and I have used it before. So let's see what happens. All right. I want to bring it up so everybody can know what we're talking about here. Let's see if I can. Let me see what happens. There we go. This is. I'll center it so people can see it. Muslim Pro. It's prayer times. I'm in Yorba Linda, California, so it's giving me automatically knows where I'm at. There is also Islamic Finder, which is very similar to the same thing. It's a different layout, but if I click on it, let's see what happens. All right. I'm looking at the prayer times, and it says media reports are circulating that Muslim Pro has been selling personal data of its users to the U.S. military. This is incorrect.
Yes.
It is not true.
Yes.
I'm looking right at it. I'm looking right at what it says. Okay, and so let me see if I can put it up so that our viewers at home can see this. Okay, it says this is not. It's incorrect and untrue. Muslim Pro is committed to protecting and securing our users' privacy. This is a matter we take very seriously and that is muslimpro.com/statement. All right, so I didn't even know about this until you brought it up, and I'm so glad, I really am so glad that you called in tonight and talked to me about it, because I ain't never heard that before. But I'm glad you said that, because I checked it out, and a lot of theories or conspiracy theories are going around about everything. Last night we posted something on our Facebook page. If I could pull that up, maybe take a look at that, or maybe not. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. This is something that we posted last night, and I was very happy to put this up about the children's names, the little babies, and so on. But at the same time, I realized that we needed to have something telling us about the Muslims who discovered the vaccine for COVID. I don't know. Did you know that Muslims had discovered that?
No.
Yeah, there was a sister and her husband who are scientists, and what they had come up with, they're from Turkey, but they were working in Germany, and they came up with a solution for the vaccine for COVID-19. The COVID-19 virus, which everybody knows about it because it's plaguing all of us. I mean, it's a horrible thing, no doubt. So we put up an article about it, and we wanted to tell everybody that, especially I wanted to feature the fact that it's coming from Muslims, because I know that worldwide everybody would be paying attention to that. And I want to show people that Muslims do some very good things. We have medical doctors, we have scientists, we have professional people at all levels. And actually, some of the Muslims are like the best of the people. So I would like to show that in spite of some of the things that they might hear or see, then I want them to know that Muslims have come up with this thing. All right? That makes sense, right?
Yes.
Well, you cannot believe it.
It's sure it's come out one day.
Yeah, this serum that they have for the cure or vaccination against it. This is something that I think that we should really promote and let people know about. And the reason, because not just that I want everybody to be protected against the virus, of course, but also because Muslims contributed to this thing, largely developed this thing. And you know how they celebrated? By the way, we heard this from Dr. Adel last night. The man and his wife, they celebrated this thing and the contract they made with one of the major distributors of medical stuff. They celebrated by riding their bicycles to their home and breaking out the teapot and had a cup of tea. That is so beautiful, because, normally people would say, let's go have a big party, let's go out here and, get drunk or something. But no, this is a true believer, isn't it? Inshallah. So anyway, I wanted to put that up. I wanted people to see this and be happy about this. And also let them know that even though we had some problem in some countries with people insulting our prophet, it still is not going to stop us from shipping this vaccination to every part of the globe. I hope they will do that and distribute it out. And regardless of whatever political issues or insults or religious issues, but the people still need this vaccine. Well, that was my side of it, okay? But look at this. Even though we got thousands and thousands of views, hardly any of the believers commented. I think we had 6 or 7. Tonight it's 16 people who've shared this, but you would not believe how many people using Muslim names said so many bad things about the companies, about the Muslims, about you don't know if they're real Muslims, and you don't know this or you don't know that. And I thought, oh my God, What in the heck? This is crazy stuff. Why would anybody do something like this? But this is the world we live in, and we need to know that there are people out here who really don't have a good idea about, well, you know what? I'm going to let this play. I have a video that I was going to play later, but I'm going to go ahead and put it up right now and let people have this good news from Muslims. Good news from and for Muslims. Take a look at it. I just want to get facts. There is now a vaccination. I just want to get facts. There is now a vaccination prevention for the COVID virus.
That is correct, according to this report and released data.
The second thing is, it was developed by Muslims.
It was Turkish scientists that moved to Germany. So to Germany.
It's in Germany, but it was Muslim scientists.
That's correct.
You're talking about yesterday.
Yes, sir.
The Turkish couple, man and wife, are in Germany. They came up with this vaccination, and they have their own company, but yet they're very humble. You said they celebrated by making tea in their own home. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. I love this. How long before we would find a way to get this? I'm okay in my house because we don't go anywhere. But there are other people that really need it because they are interacting with other people. And I really feel like this is a great thing to promote.
It's just been released. There's more details, so stay tuned.
And stay guided with Guide Us TV. Alhamdulillah. All right, now you guys got the chance to see that, and I hope the audio was okay. I haven't checked it out yet, so I hope you heard everything clear. It looks like, according to the gauge that I have here, that everything was fine. I wanted to just emphasize again that Muslims, or at least so-called Muslims, came on there and they were criticizing anything and everything about the whole idea, the concept that Muslims did this. And they didn't criticize the Muslims themselves. They were criticizing the company they were dealing with, and they try to make it look like this is a big phony deal. And I thought, wow. But this is what social media has turned into. It's very unsocial. So I don't know who contacted you and told you this thing about the Muslim Pro, but I really believe that they made a serious mistake, because Muslim Pro has always done a good job at providing us with the information that we need when we need it, and I think that's go ahead.
It helped me a lot because I am teacher, so when I go to work, I just and check my prayer stuff and everything, and I use for Qibla and directions, prayers, user. So that's what I use. So and what she say, she sent me the app and the website and everything. And when I read, it was so scary. It says, so non-Muslim could read the app. That Muslim use the Qibla and the prayer time. So it was like military using to find the locations that each person, each Muslim person there are. So I said, I'm not scared about that, but I was worried, like the Qibla, I was just going to pray all the time. It's wrong. That's what it says. So I'm not praying like a Qibla. That's what worried me. Like, oh my God, Ya Allah help me. I don't know. I was like, today, my prayer was like, did I do it right? Because I don't know where it's the Qibla when it's a night time or morning. Because, and we live like, I don't know. I got worried. Anyway, thank you so much. And
well, let me assure you about something, sister. Where do you live right now? You're in Washington State?
Yes.
All right. If you look directly north and then turn a little bit to your right, anywhere in there you'll find the Qibla. Look directly north.
Yeah,
don't go all the way to the east. But the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was in Medina, and he's telling his companions about the Qibla, he held out his arms, And he said, anywhere in here. In other words, the general direction toward Mecca is your Qibla. And that's in Medina, which is not very far away at all compared to being in Washington State, is it? So if Allah knows that you're trying to find the Qibla, and he tells you in the Quran that righteousness is not whether you're facing to the east or facing to the west, but the righteousness is in your belief and in your heart, what you're doing. So that's the essence of it. Now, the Qibla where I'm at is exactly 24 degrees. So if I pull out my compass and set it on 24 degrees and try to line it all up, I promise you I'll never really be on that 24 degree mark. By the time it gets over to Mecca, I'm probably at least 1 or 2 countries away. Seriously, because it's just the general idea that you're trying to do. And whoever did this is a person that's not guided. He is not being guided by Allah. Otherwise, he wouldn't stick his nose in somebody else's business. I'm sorry, but that's...
Thank you. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. I'm not worrying anymore. Thank you.
Yeah, but like right now, I don't know, what time did Isha come in for you? 6 o'clock?
Yeah, it is already Isha, so let me check. It was now 6 o'clock, yes.
Well, that's what time it is for us, too. It's 2 minutes to 6 over here. Let me see. I'm going to move it up, and it's highlighted for Wednesday, November the 18th. And it came in at 5:58. It's exactly what it says right here. So I think that you can pray anytime after it comes in. Don't worry about it. Hold on a second. Take a look at this.
You don't give Muslim Pro personal information, only your city, so you can get your times.
Yeah, that's another point. My wife uses the Muslim Pro, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, she uses that. And she says that there's no personal information we give them except you're just asking where the Qibla is. And that is ridiculous to say that they're trying to pinpoint Muslims. Like, what are they going to do? Send a bomb in? Come on. That's nonsense. I don't know who made that up, but it might be somebody trying to get somebody to come over to their website. And I found that anybody who takes advertising on their websites and they make money out of that, they'll do anything that they can to get customers to come to them. And that's one of the reasons why we take no advertising on any of our TV channels, on any of our websites, any of our apps. Everything that you see, if they put an ad with it, that's not from us. That's somebody who took our stuff and then they started. There's people on Facebook, for instance, who use my name and they have followers thinking that they're talking to me. And when I try to contact the Facebook, I never get any answer back. I ask them so many times, please take these people off the air. But they don't do it. And why, I can understand why. I don't give Facebook any money. I don't put any ads. These guys will use lots of ads. So it's for money. So that's religion for sale by owner.
I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome, sister. Your name is Amina, is that right?
Yes, Amina.
MashaAllah. Sister, will make dua for you that Allah will always guide you and keep you on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always give you the right Qibla, especially on the day of judgment, that He bring you to the direction of Jannatul Firdaus al-A'la. Ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. And stay guided with Guidance TV. I like to say that. MashaAllah. Now, I want to introduce our guest. And that's not fair to him in a way, because right after I introduce him and we talk for a minute, I'm going to have to take a break. But I'm still going to do that. Dr. Sultan. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. from St. Louis, Missouri.
Yes, sir. How's everything in St. Louis?
Well, things are fine and things are not fine. When it comes to infection, yes, they're not fine. The incidence is so much risen that my wife, to the hospital she works, they have issued a yellow alert saying that you cannot go more than an hour away from the hospital because you could be called anytime. And they have canceling the elective surgeries so that they can make room for more and more patients. And that's a big hospital, one of the biggest institutions in St. Louis, where they are preparing for an onslaught of patients suffering from COVID-19.
Doctor, I wanted to ask you, you've been on our show for months and months and months, and I never asked you this, but what is your specialty? Do you get involved with the people with the COVID virus?
No, I don't get involved with COVID virus. My practice is environmental allergy, where we look at patients in chronic illnesses from the underlying positive point of view. Instead of giving you pain medication for headaches or blood pressure medication for blood pressure or inhalers for asthma, we try to look for the underlying causes so that you can treat the causes and you do not need to be dependent on medication. That's what the specialty of environmental allergy or environmental medicine emphasizes. Look for the underlying cause, which may be environmental, things you eat, things you breathe, thing you come in contact with, or it could be something that nutritional or maybe hormone problems. All these things are interlinked to produce chronic illness. So we look for the underlying causes so that people can get well, they can have good health without the use of drugs. Because no matter what drugs you use, they are one of the most common causes for chronic illness. For example, 250,000 people each year die from proper use of medication, from the side effects. This is a very interesting concept. I will talk, and we have made medicine, traditional medicine, so simple. You got blood pressure, you take the blood pressure logically. If you have blood pressure, what else can you do? Take the blood pressure medication. If you have headaches, logically, what you need to do is pain medication. But you see, this is what we call that in traditional medicine, we play checkers. You see, for this, for that, this, for that, tit for tat. But on the other hand, the nature is playing chess with us, you see. So you do one medication to lower the blood pressure, but it causes you nutrition deficiencies, it causes load on the system, it can be damaging to the liver, it can be damaging to the kidneys, and so on and so forth. So a simple solution, blood pressure medication for blood pressure, is not just a checkers game, but you have to see the overall impact what has in the body. And then you will realize that, gee, I don't want to play checkers. I want to really figure out the underlying cause and learn how the nature is playing chess with us and get to the root cause and treat the problem. So that's so exciting field that we see patients so ill at the end of the road because drugs over years, 5, 10, 20 years, they have really crippled them. They're really miserable. Many of them lost their job, many lost their insurances because of the feeding to all the medical treatment, because that gives the vicious cycle of getting one the second, the third, and the fourth, and you just go down the hill. So medication is one of the major causes for chronic illness. That's why you really need to look for the underlying cause and treat the cause so that you don't need to depend on the medications. So that's in short what we do in our practice.
Okay. Well, I guess it is time for us to take that little break I was talking about. So we're going to go ahead and take the break, and then we're going to be right back after this. I'm going to play that thing again so you guys can see about, and we're not trying to advertise for the particular company. That's why you don't see that on there. But we're just talking about what the Muslims did to establish or develop this vaccine. And they're not the only ones working on this. There are many companies trying their best to get it out. But this is one, and we were so proud of them because they did such a great job. And then when they successfully managed to make a contract out and got a huge amount of money for them, I guess to continue their work, of course. But they celebrated by going home. They ride their bicycles to work. They ride their bicycles home. And a man and his wife, and they go in and they make tea for each other. Isn't that beautiful? I love the Turks, the way they do that. MashaAllah. Anyway.
Yeah, one point to point out in them is that they're so humble. Their company is worth $1.2 billion, but they don't ride motorcycles. Cars, they ride bicycles to work. And what they do, celebrate simple cup of tea.
I'm really proud of them for this, and I love all the Turks, and I ask Allah always to bless them and to bring the guidance of Islam for them. I've been going there for the last 21 years exactly, and I love those people, and I make so much dua for them. So, but now I think it's time for us to put this little video up and take a look at this, and then we'll put up the way you can support Guidus TV so that we never have to take the ads. I pray and I thank Allah for all of our brothers and sisters who have been donating so generously. Some of you, I just received a large check today from up in Flint, Michigan, and we want to reach out to our brothers there and thank you so much for that. And we'd like to let everybody know how important it is to keep our voice on the air. This is the only voice for Islam in America. So let's keep it going and growing. Here's a couple of clips for you to watch. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Stay guided. I just want to get facts. There is now a vaccination prevention for the COVID virus.
That is correct, according to this report and released data.
The second thing is it was developed by Muslims.
It was Turkish scientists that moved to Germany. So to Germany.
It's in Germany, but it was Muslim scientists.
That's correct.
You're talking about yesterday.
Yes, sir.
The Turkish couple, man and wife, are in Germany. They came up with this vaccination, and they have their own company, but yet they're very humble. You said they celebrated by making tea in their own home. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. I love this. How long before we would find a way to get this? I'm okay in my house because we don't go anywhere. But there are other people that really need it because they are interacting with other people. And I really feel like this is a great thing to promote.
It's just been released. There's more details, so stay tuned.
And stay guided with Guidus TV. That's right, we're right across the river from Palestine, as a matter of fact, here in Aqaba. The new moon, the Hilal, has been sighted for the month of Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah, alhamdulillah.
Now, I think this is something that, inshallah ta'ala, we'll all be able to benefit from.
Guidus TV is free. No ads, no spam, no big business, just free.
Log in now and make your contribution today to support your favorite project at Donate to.
That's right, we're right across the river from Palestine, as a matter of fact, here in Aqaba. The new moon, the Hilal, has been sighted for the month of Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah, alhamdulillah.
Now, I think this is something that, inshallah ta'ala, we'll all be able to benefit from.
Guidus TV is free. No ads, no spam, no big business, just free.
Log in now and make your contribution today to support your favorite project at Donate to.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I just now realized that that video that you just saw is cut off because it's supposed to come up and tell you to donate as follows. You just put in the browser on your phone or on your computer the words donate to Islam.com. Donate to Islam, like it's one word. Donate to Islam.com. And then what will happen, you'll get to see all of our projects, and then you have the opportunity to go ahead and establish your donation. Now, what I encourage you to do, of course, to donate. I mean, that's the whole reason for having it. But I encourage you to donate on the monthly basis, even if it's small. And the reason I'm saying that is because I get more reward with Allah, and you do too, because Allah loves the thing that you do regularly, even if it's small, more than the thing that is really big, but you only do it once. And this is directly from a translation of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, what he said about donations. It was particularly talking about all the deeds that we do, especially though the thing that we do regularly, like donating. So I encourage you, brothers and sisters, when you go to donatetoislam.com, sign up to do something, even if it's just $20 a month, $100 a month, whatever you can do. Now, some people, they will ask, well, what is appropriate? Well, after you take care of your family, after you make sure that you have the food, the necessary shelter, the necessary clothing, and so on for your family, then whatever is what's called discretionary, then that's up to you what you do with it. But I suggest to look seriously at what you have and consider it's actually what you don't have. Whatever you amass in this life, but you don't give it out, might even be against you on the day of judgment. So whatever you do give out, this is going to be waiting for you in the paradise. And the more faith you have, then the more you'll be able to release some of the material things so that you can have a better life in the hereafter. And especially if you do it regularly, even if it's small. Remember, Allah loves that. All right, let's go back to our guest right now. And we're going to be talking with our brother, Dr. Sultan, right now. Salam alaikum, doctor. Are you still there?
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah. Loud and clear. MashaAllah. Doctor, I thought that what you explained to us was very clear, and that you're working toward helping people solve their problems without all the medication. And I'm curious if that's going to work out with the pharmaceutical companies. Maybe they might not like it.
It doesn't.
You have a caller.
We have a caller. Let's take that call. Salam alaikum, caller.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Let me bring it up so we can hear you a little bit better. Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, sister. Where are you calling from?
My name is Muhammad.
Oh, it's a young person. I got it.
I'm calling from Rhode Island.
All right. Okay, Dr. Sultan. Yeah, this is what's your name?
Muhammad?
Mohammed in Rhode Island is calling us right now. MashaAllah.
You have any questions?
Yeah, do you have a question?
Or want to make some comments?
I just wanted to say salam.
Oh, okay. Salam
Walaikum
alaikum.
assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah. You sure you don't want to ask doctor some question? I promise he's not going to send you a bill. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Muhammad, so much. MashaAllah. Thank you so much. Wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi barakatuh. That was Muhammad in Rhode Island. The Rhode Island is the smallest state in the United States. Very small, but the people there have big hearts, and I've been there, and mashallah. We have another very small state called Delaware, and when I was over there, the governor of Delaware wanted to come out and be with us, and he brought they have the police ride horses, kind of like parades and stuff, and they brought the horses out for us, and they brought the chief of police for us, and the governor was there, and it was unbelievable. I really enjoy it. It's some of my memories, and I'll take with me all the way to my life, because they cared enough to come out and be with the Muslims and demonstrate the horses and their openness that they have. I wish that more and more people would realize the impact that you can have on our children when you do something like that. Because it really, the children's eyes are just getting wide open, like, wow, look at this. This is amazing. We really enjoyed that. Doctor, I want to come back to what I was talking about. The pharmaceutical companies, the ones who manufacture and distribute the drugs and the pills and the vitamins and all the stuff that you're saying that you're trying to get the patients to rely on something other than these
drugs, exactly.
So what would be the reaction of the drug companies? I'm sure they're not really happy with that.
No, they're certainly not happy. But so that is why this field of environmental medicine is not a part of, although it is derived from our very basic sciences, but it is nowhere in any university taught, because a lot of this, a lot of the field of environmental medicine depends upon that the illnesses happen, what you eat, what you breathe, what you come in contact with. If we can improve our environment, because you're talking about environment all over the place, that environment plays an important role. But the knowledge is missing. How do you assess the impact of environment on an individual person? We talk about you want clean air, clean food, clean water, we want everything clean. But we fail to study the impact of environment on individual people. And this is what the field of private practice of medicine, of environmental medicine comes into picture, is it looks at individual patient, his environment, how is reacting, appropriate testing to say that just polluted air is affecting this additives and preserved in the food are affecting this person, and this mold and dust in the environment is affecting this person. So all those are studied on an individual basis and treated on an individual basis. When you treat the cause, there is no need to treat any symptom because the symptoms are gone. And this is one of the basics in medicine we have gotten away. See, I'll give you a little bit of history. Like in 1920s and 30s, you see, all physicians thought alike. They all wanted to help the patient. When 1930s and 40s came, there came an explosion in knowledge in all fields: physics, chemistry, biochemistry, and so on and so forth. So that explosion in knowledge, we started manufacturing drugs which will alter the body function. So this is how the drugs work. It works by altering the body function. For example, a simple common example, in an allergic reaction, histamine is released. So that's why you see antihistamines on the market, because what they do is they block the effect of histamine on your nose and give you runny nose, stuffy nose, or skin, give you hives. So you can take antihistamine and block the effect so that the symptoms go away. But when you're blocking the effect, you're creating a biochemical damage or block in the system, which will lead to more serious problems. For example, when you treat sinus with antihistamines, one of the complications of sinus problems, not treated underlying causes, drug asthma later on. You see, so now you need inhalers and you need and steroids and so on and so forth. So yes, drug companies do not like that. This is a grassroots movement, helping one patient, helping another, the physician helping the patient, and the patient spreading the word around, because there's no money, there's no commercialization of this product. There's nothing for us to sell. If I tell you, show you how to eat healthy and you get better, what product I sold you? I sold nothing. I just sold you my knowledge. I enlightened you. So this is all what about environmental medicine is, that looking for the underlying causes so that you do not need to depend on medications.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Mashallah.
I agree. Running like a chicken without a head.
Dr. Adil is back with us. Mashallah. He just came in at the very end of the program so he could wish us salam, I think. Dr. Adil, we were just learning from Dr. Sultan about the importance of finding solutions to problems or cures for diseases without using the medicals and the medicines, the prescriptions, the antihistamines, etc. And what he was describing to me, it flashed in my mind. I think the pharmaceutical companies, those companies that make a lot of money, obviously that's their profit, is to sell out their drugs, their solutions, and different things that they have. So I think that after they've invested in the colleges and the curriculums and even financing some of the doctors along the way, that they would be real disappointed to hear that you were trying to solve these issues on a more natural basis. What is your intake?
I think I agree with Dr. Sultan. There is definite conflict there. Those guys try to make money, and some of the ways to do that is to, how could I say, these manufactured problems. We tell people to eat right and to solve the problems of contaminated food and all that. But then there are, people who eat the wrong food and doing unhealthy habits that will lead to disease, and those disease leads to, pharmaceuticals selling, like crazy of these medications. And you notice now, even with COVID, with the psychological disturbances and problems, so, they're selling, commercials on TV with this, anti-psych medications and antidepressive and bipolar and this and that because of, going on that. So it is one way of capitalizing on the problems and manufacturing problems to make money. And I think this is, not a long-term strategy, because you're going to end up with a lot of problems like antibiotic-resistant bacteria, medication that don't work, and people will be just like, one pill after the other that doesn't do anything, and then the prices are off the roof. So there has to be a balance where you only take the medicine when you need it, And then the need for it should be minimized if you follow a healthy lifestyle with eating right and have all the balanced issues like we've discussed multiple times. So, they're still making money. It's just like you don't have to make killer money because it's really, it's sad. Like, people have to manufacture price problem.
If you want to everybody in this country has heard hundreds of times, the guy comes in, says, oh my God, I got heartburn, and this salsa powder from, hey, I got the pill, the antacid, and now I can eat salsa and I can eat all the chips. How much stupid can make people say that the salsa is causing my heartburn and say, no, you take the acid, and now you can enjoy your salsa and your chips. I mean, how much stupid you can think the public is or can be made.
And similarly, like you said, people go out and have heart attacks. Oh, we just put a stent in, and then people go out and they smoke again, and they do the wrong, food and the fatty food and all that stuff. And you know what? There would be more blockages down the road, and there'll be more business for the hospital. But this, kind of mentality is, spreading or the disease and all that, rather than educating people to get off the bad habits and change their lifestyle and so on. Somebody said, well, if you fix them, they're not going to come back. Just like if you go to a good mechanic and fix the car, then they're going to lose business. I don't believe in that. You do what's right and ethical, and help people to be on their own so they don't end up being devastated, medically and now financially. And that'll be like a double whammy. And that's what's really happening across the board.
Yeah, and see, Allah Ta'ala will give you the money if you do the right thing, no matter what profession you're in. If you work honestly, you tell the truth, and stick to your ethical principles, Allah Ta'ala will give you barakah no matter what kind of business you have. Whether it's medical, it's not going to go away. When you see people get well and other people doing wrong things, they will come back in here. Now, the example you gave about, and the guy has a heart attack, gets a stent and goes on eating hamburgers and fries. It is not limited. I'm sorry to say, not limited to just general illiterate public. Even physicians do not know how to eat healthy. I know of one family where the husband and wife are a physician, and his brother and sister-in-law are a physician, and his mother gets a stroke, and next thing, when she's able to walk around and things like that, offered Chinese food to eat. No clue whatsoever what healthy diet is. So let me give you, if people did not get anything, but just got one thing from this, our health conversation, they got a lot. How to eat healthy. Very simple. Eat what will rot and do it before it does. Means fresh meats, fruits, vegetables, grain, beans. That is the healthy food. Avoid additive, preservatives, coming dyes, canned meats, canned foods, canned vegetables. Prepare the food at home from scratch, and that is the healthiest food. You can't beat anywhere else. This is the simple lifestyle change. Eat what will rot and do it for it does. Fresh meats, fruits, vegetables, grain, beans. And avoid the sad diet. Many people don't know what sad diet is. Sad diet is standard American diet, full of additive, preservative, coloring dyes, canned meats, canned foods, canned vegetables. So this is the diet I was raised in Pakistan because I would go to the market in the morning and get fresh vegetables. I would go to the meat market and get fresh meat, because if I didn't go there by 10 o'clock, all the meat was gone. So that's how fresh. And at that time, when I was growing, we didn't have a refrigerator, so everything was fresh cooked, and nothing left for the next day. Every day the food was cooked. You ate in the morning and you get in the evening. You're done with the food. So
Well, I'm glad,
that,
Doctor, I'm very glad that you brought that up just now, because just before we came on the air, my son-in-law, my son and my grandson had brought some food, and we were talking about, well, we were enjoying it. It was a very good meal, and it was burgers, cheeseburgers, and fresh squash that was cut up and fried up, but we were joking about a place called McDonald's, because in McDonald's they have food that won't rot. Let's take this call. Let's see who we got here. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Who is this?
How have you been? This is your brother Hanif calling all the way from Bangladesh.
MashaAllah, Hanif, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. How is everybody in your family, my beloved Sheikh?
We are fine. We are all doing good. We're getting better every day. MashaAllah. Let me ask you, Hanif, you're in Bangladesh. So do you have something called McDonald's there in Bangladesh?
McDonald's? What does it mean? I actually, honestly, I don't know anything about it.
I want to move to Bangladesh. You seriously, you never heard of McDonald's hamburgers?
I will be very happy, my beloved Sheikh, if you come to Bangladesh. You are always welcome. I will be really looking forward to that. If you come to Bangladesh,
my honor.
I will be I will be the happiest person if I ever get the chance to receive you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So, mashallah, do you have any question for the doctors tonight? We only got about 3 minutes left, but go ahead.
What should a close friend of mine has asked me to ask this question. What type of a girl should he look for in order to get married?
What should he do?
What type of a girl should
a girl? Okay, a girl. Yeah. I get it. Well, Doctor, I think that you might have some fun with this. What do you think? Would you like
to? Just repeat the question because I wasn't clear on what his.
Yeah, there's a hadith talking about what you should look for in a spouse and what is the most critical part of it. So briefly, Doctor, you only have 2 minutes, so be brief.
Tunkah al-mar'a, the woman would be married for things, her beauty, her manners, her akhlaq, her family, and her wealth. So all this 4 elements that you look for. Most important was akhlaq, is the good manners, and of course this is the one that will be the Allah will put barakah in it. The one who will be able to conceive and have children. The wife that comes from a family.
Okay, we're done. We're sorry. I just wanted to hit the highlights. All right, I gotta take the call. All right, we're gonna go off the air. Okay, yeah, we gotta roll out. All right, MashaAllah. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. And if anybody's looking for a wife, number 1 is look for her way that she is with Allah. After that, what is her manners? And then her family, how she treats them, how they treat her. And then after all, you should look at her beauty. Yes, but that's the last thing. All right, I think we got that. So we're going to go forward now, and I'm going to put it up so that you guys can all participate and see how you can help us keep going and growing with Guide Us TV. And here is the